friends, today I'm doing my March TBR. So I'm doing my March TBR before I'm doing my February wrap-up this month, because if you have seen my February TBR, I worked very, very hard on my kind of graduation project in February, and today, on the day that you're watching this video, I am actually performing that project. And so I'm pre-filming this video quite early, and then my wrap-up is I hope that I'm gonna have my wrap-up up on Wednesday. I might take a week off though. I'm not sure. We're gonna see how it all goes, how I feel. I didn't wanna not have a video for today, and I thought, you know what, I'll just do my TBR before I do my wrap up, because why not? Let's talk about what I am planning to read in March. First off, let's talk about some arcs. Actually, the first arc I want to talk about is one that already came out in January, but I just didn't get to it, and I don't want this arc to be forgotten, which happens if I don't read arcs before release. I usually end up just ignoring them. They just become one of the other fishes in the endless ocean of my TBR. And so I want to read Our Year of Maybe by Rachel Lynn Solomon. As I said, came out in January, and I just think that in March I'm probably going to be in a good mood for this. I was just not in the mood for a contemporary, even if it's, I think, like a more hard-hitting contemporary. I was not in the mood for it in December or January, so I'm just hoping that March, where it's like more springtime, and already February had quite some spring days, I just hope that March is just going to be where I really feel like picking this one up. Then I also need to read Sherwood by Megan Spooner. This is a YA fantasy, a female retelling, like feminist retelling, I'm hoping, of Robin Hood. And I want to read this super soon because this comes out in the middle of March already. And finally, from the arcs, I have The Meaning of Birds by J. Robin Brown. This is another arc that comes out in April, and it is also a YA contemporary. I don't know where my life is gonna go, and I just don't want to fall behind on arcs because I'm doing pretty well with arcs at the moment. So I'm just kind of trying to get back to a place where I read arcs at least a month ahead, which is what I did like a year ago. And then somewhere I just got lost. And so even though The Meaning of Birds only comes out like mid-April or end of April, I want to try and read it in March as soon as possible, and also because I'm really excited about it. Like, the whole reason why I'm excited about arcs is that it gives me the chance to read books earlier and talk about them and get people excited about them. And if I end up only reading them like so that I barely have my review done 10 days before release, I'm just kind of missing the point that I myself love about arcs. So, this is definitely one that I hope, helps me to get back on track to have arcs done at least a month ahead. And then I have 2 new releases. There's definitely more that I'm super excited for, but not currently anything else that I want to pre-order and read immediately. If I have time, if I find something on Overdrive, if I find something in the library, obviously I will still, pick those releases up, but there's nothing that I have planned to pre-order except for, of course, number 1, Steel Prince. I have to say that on Amazon, it showed that the paperback of this is only coming out in April. So I don't know what's with that, because I don't want to read the ebook. I waited this whole time not reading the issues just so I could read the physical copy, like the volume, So I'm not really sure if I am even gonna get this on time, because even if I have pre-ordered it with the release date in March, that still doesn't mean that I'm gonna get it on time, because pre-orders barely ever arrive on time. So I'm not sure if this is actually gonna happen, but that wouldn't be my fault, is what I'm saying. If it doesn't happen, that's because being an international book person sometimes sucks. So that's that. And the other one is A Question of Holmes by Brittany Cavallaro. This is the final book in the Charlotte Holmes series. If you haven't been here and heard me talk about it, I love this series. I love this series so much. I love the characters so much, and I am just incredibly excited to read this final book. I am very glad I didn't have to wait for it like other people. I'm genuinely gonna be sad, but at the same time I obviously don't have this like year-long attachment to it as if I had followed it every year. So that's gonna make it bearable. But yeah, excited and sad at the same time. And then finally, I want to read The Warrior Heir by Cinda Williams-Chimer in March, because this is one of the books that is on my serious to read list, and this is the one that speaks the most to me. And then also I should probably make sure that I read the first books in the longer series first. I think, you know what, I hadn't planned this, but it's been a while since I got something from my TBR jar, and I feel like this month I will have enough time to read and I want to read more. So what kind of genre do we go for? This is... Am I Melanie now? I'm doing ASMR. I didn't do this on purpose, but now like tapping and stuff like that always reminds me of Melanie and ASMR. I don't think I want to choose a fantasy because I'm not sure if I'm going to be in a fantasy mood. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with a yellow one, which yellow is basically the everything category. If you don't know, blue is fantasy, green is science fiction, and then pink is like the fluffy, happy contemporaries. And then yellow is basically everything else. So it's like more hard-hitting contemporaries. It's like literary fiction. These things that I don't have a lot of. So I'm gonna go with one yellow one, and then I'm gonna go with one pink. Either I like both or I decide between the two if I don't like them both. The pink one is Words in Deep Blue. There it is. This is actually, I like this. Let's see what the yellow one is. The yellow one is, oh, I've already read this. Well, this was a book that I read last month, so. Oh no, The Ghosts of Heaven. I'm tentatively putting this on my TBR, but it's probably not gonna happen. If you have read The Ghosts of Heaven by Marcus Sedgwick and you liked it, let me know so that I know. But Words in Deep Blue, I like that. I think this one I'm definitely gonna read. Hey friends, so I just quickly need to interrupt. I filmed this TBR so early that I just forgot something that I had already set up. So I'm here with Ben & Jerry's ice cream because I'm still kind of losing my mind about everything. But also it feels really good to sit here and to know that when you see this video, I'm just a mere hours away from performing my show, and it feels really, really good. It makes me really happy. But yeah, I'm still stressed. Like, I've pre-filmed so much because I knew I would be very stressed and moody and tired. So I feel like you can see it in my face. I also have like minimal makeup on compared to what I usually wear in videos. Anyway, I don't know why I'm making such a big deal out of it. I just had a little bit of time and thought I'd come on here and talk about two books that I forgot to talk about in the original TBR that I filmed. I'm stressed is why I'm eating ice cream. You can't stop me. I am a complete mess. See, this is why I filmed these things so early. Okay, first one I want to talk about is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I'm buddy rereading this with Melanie. Well, we were kind of like talking about how we want to buddy reread this together for a really long time, actually, because I was like, I really need to reread The Mortal Instruments, and Melanie kind of wants to see how she feels about it now that she has read the whole series. I don't know, we've just been talking about reading this together for a really long time, and then I got her this edition for Christmas, and then she got me this edition for my birthday, and so then we decided, okay, let's buddy read it in March when I am done with my project. But then, you know, we kind of talked about this so early, like, yeah, it must have been around my birthday. We talked about that we are gonna read it together in March, that I just completely forgot when I filmed my original TBR. And finally, also related to Melanie, I'm also gonna read Last Call at the Nightshade Lounge by Paul Kruger. This is the March read for the Dragons and Tea book club that is hosted by Melanie and Amy. I'm gonna leave a link to the Goodreads group down below, and to Melanie anyway, obviously, and then also to Amy. I think this is actually a fantasy, a novel of magic and mixology. So it has something to do with like, well, mixology and like cocktails. There's like recipes in this. I am super pumped for this because it's something that I would not have picked up on my own, but I'm really excited to read it with the book club. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the two books that I forgot. If I forget anything else, that's just the way that it is. I just gotta deal with that. This is all gonna be over soon. And yeah, that is everything that I hope to read in March. Let me know some of your reading plans. And yeah, I make new videos every Wednesday and Sunday with occasional reviews on Friday. So click subscribe to never miss anything and hit the little bell so you get notified as well. And thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!